Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages.
Hello.
Welcome to the Gage Brothers present.
Come.
Well,
We got a new studio. We got a new studio.
See, he told you what he was gonna do.
I told you I would tiz him out.
Anyway,
I said it.
I'm Adam,
I'm Jordan.
and this is Mr. Mark.
I
have a speech impediment all of a sudden.
Mr.
This
Malk.
is Mr. Mark Gully,
Mark.
co-owner
Co-owner.
and life coach
Life coach. The coaches of life.
at Ember's Life.
Sorry.
Ember Life Counseling.
Sorry.
Thank you for the introduction.
So, we're going to take a step back for a minute. This is going to be a completely different episode, okay? We'll go ahead and cover this up here. I'm not Adam. I'm Gage.
I am not Jordan. I am Reed.
And, well,
Shit, let's just tell him.
we're here to get serious, and it's Men's Mental Health Month.
It is.
And,
it is.
you know what? Let's just, Mark, why don't you just tell us a little bit about what you do?
Well, mainly my job is to reconnect people with their lives. So the biggest thing that I do is help people who are kind of lost. They don't necessarily need counseling. My wife is a fantastic therapist. She does that side of things.
Shout out Sierra.
Yes, shout out to Sierra.
I think you're just trying to get brownie points right there. I see her.
But so she does like the mental health side. I'm more for let's say you want to work out, right? You go to a personal trainer. That's what I do. I'm a personal trainer for your life. So
Ooh, I like that. I like that. That's awesome.
you know, if you're having trouble with finances, you can't figure out your budget, I'm your guy. If you're going through a life transition and you're trying to figure out what you want to do next with your life, I'm your guy. So I kind of do a little bit of everything: career coaching, mindset coaching. If you're having trouble socially and you want, like, I need to figure out, you know, how can I get that job?
So what do I people get over that hump?
Right,
If
exactly.
they're stuck.
Exactly. So
And I can firsthand attest to that. Obviously, Gage, not Adam, but Gage has went through some pretty big life changes lately.
That's why we kind of
that's
been on
why
a little
we're
hiatus.
In a new studio.
New studios.
We've been off for what? 2 months now?
2 months, yeah.
So you know, I've had a lot of things going on in my life, and Mark, he's been there. He's well.
Ooh.
you're just gonna slight read like that.
Right. Mark been here. Mark has been that solid for me, and
I'm trying to.
he's a guest, so I'll let it slide.
Yeah, you should have just not said.
I should have just not said nothing.
Anyway,
It sounds like you guys need some marriage counseling, maybe.
Do you do that?
No,
You
Sierra
You
does.
just joking about that?
Yeah, Sierra does.
Really.
Yeah.
So, I have, here lately I've dealt with a lot, and,
That's Gage.
as Gage, and it's been,
A doozy.
it's been pretty, yeah.
It was touch and go
Yeah.
for a little bit. Let's just be
Yeah.
honest. It was touch and go.
Absolutely.
It was yeah. He went through some stuff, and you know, he had friends, he had family that were there to help, you know, pull him out of that darkness. But you know, like I always say, you know, speak up. Just talk to anybody, reach out. I mean, it's gonna be hard. It's never easy, but you always got people even when you don't think you do. So.
But it can be tough for a man, and Gage and I talked about this. You know, he was kind of raised to, you know, you're a man, just take it on the shoulder.
No
and,
emotion,
Yeah,
no
just
crying.
shut it down and
Mhm.
move on and drive on and do your piece. But that's not reality. I mean, you still feel those feelings. They're still there. And so when you suppress them for so long, eventually it's going to come out, and it's going to be terrible.
It's not going to be
Yeah,
healthy.
it's going to be absolutely
It's
terrible.
not going to be fun. It's not. It's going to be dark, It's gonna be deep, and if you let it, it'll be lonely. But like you say, we as men, we're programmed. Be strong. Be the strong, silent type. Don't cry. Don't show emotion. And then, we also are told to raise our kids like that if we have sons. And like I said, I got 3 sons, so I have to tell them that it's okay. It's okay to cry. It's okay to feel. It's okay to do this and do that, because it doesn't make you weak. It doesn't make you, lesser than, somebody else that, is just tough all the time, just a tough outer shell, so.
And what I found out through that is, I kind of just shut myself off from everybody,
Including his brother.
Yeah, everybody. There was nobody that I did not shut myself off from, and I don't know. It was a rocky time, but I realized, I don't know. I just guess I realized how many people that I actually had in my corner that I didn't even realize that I had in my corner, and yeah, it was, I'm through it now. I'm not, it'll happen again. It never just goes away. Even
So that's a lifelong man.
So I'm just learning now how to deal with it and not. My thing was, I bottle everything up. Eventually, that thing's gonna explode.
I do want to make one thing clear. Since we're on here, we're talking about men's mental health. We are not talking down or saying you women don't struggle and go through stuff. We're just saying, as men, we want to talk to the men, and hopefully you women that have men that may be hard on the outside and stuff like that, hopefully you can give them this gentler side that they just need. They need that reassurance. They need that love. They need that support. And maybe with that, they'll put the walls down and open up. And, sometimes that's a big thing in marriages where, the guy's just hard all the time. And, we always just get yelled at, like, why don't you talk? It's like, we don't know how. We don't know how.
Yeah.
We just don't know how. So, this is not just for the men, but it is for the men, but it's also, also for the women. We appreciate you. You are queens, you are goddesses, you are everything, but,
Well, there's something to be said about that, because women do experience higher levels of anxiety than men, typically. So if they're experiencing higher levels of anxiety, and then us as men, we're not doing our part in talking and shutting down, then it's hard for you guys to communicate effectively, because they're anxious and you're shutting down, and which can exacerbate the situation, and that causes tension in the marriage. So it really does start with just saying something, engaged. Really, it was a really strong move for him to figure out, I need to get over this hump, and I'm going to get over this hump, and I've never talked about my problems and coming out and saying, no, I do have a problem. So you should really appreciate the fact that you did take that step, because you're here with us, and that means everything to us and everybody else that you love. So
yeah, and especially, I guess somebody like me, I've had issues in the past with when I was younger. I dabbled in some things I shouldn't have, drugs and whatnot.
A little dabble, do you?
Obviously I've completely changed the way I drink. I don't drink like I used to. I'll have, the occasional drink now. I'm an adult. I live alone. Not when my daughter's here. I will not drink around my daughter. But, I was an everyday drinker. I thought I had to drink as much as I could every night just to be able to get up and go to work the next day, to kind of get through it. And then I went 3 years. I didn't touch a drop of alcohol.
No, sir.
I didn't touch tobacco, nothing.
I remember. I was there for that.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I chew again. What? You gotta, you're gonna die somehow. You might as well be happy when you do it.
Wow, that's a cop-out answer right there. That's the coppiest of the cop-out I've ever heard.
Once again, Copenhagen, if you're watching, Adam Gage.
So what changed for you? What made you say, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore? What was
my daughter. I had my daughter. I didn't have, you know what I mean?
Right.
We had, we had my daughter, and I was like, hey, you know what? I need to find out how to be a good example, how to be a good person.
Be a better man.
How to, exactly. Because, I've done some, in the past, I'll say it, I've been a piece of shit in the past,
Amen to that. Not just saying for me.
It's not like it was ever intentional or anything, but
just didn't know how to talk.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm figuring that out now. And
so yeah, that happened with me. A lot of, as Reed, I'll be honest, I was a very broken man. I had a lot of childhood trauma that I did not know about, and I happened to get in, like I said, I'm always an open book. I happened to get in a domestic situation with my ex-wife, and I went to jail for a night, and I sat there, and I realized that the life I was living of just solitude and not talking and not opening up and not just expressing, my hurt, my pain, my doubts, my fears and everything like that, I had to change. So I did. I went and did therapy. I did my, domestic violence classes, and it opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I was struggling with as a man from my childhood. So, it doesn't just happen. It's been there. It's been there for a while. Whether you know it or believe it or feel it, you have something that's always been sitting on you, and you just don't know what to do with it or how to address it or how to bring it to the forefront of your life so you can change for the better. And my brother Gage can tell you that I became a completely different person, once I went through all that. And like I said, the struggle is real, but as long as you have, people, and like I said, therapy is a big thing. I love my therapist. Shout out to her, and she helped me get through a lot. But therapy isn't for the weak. Therapy isn't just for people that just to get you through something and say, oh, well, I did it, now I'm fine. No, if you go into therapy, you have to open yourself up and accept that you are going to find some deep, dark stuff out about yourself, but the grass is greener on the other side.
It takes, I agree with you. I think it takes a lot of strength to be able to go into that situation and say, yeah, I could shove this all down and be the strong man that I'm supposed to be. But then when you look at actually going and opening up those wounds inside of you, mm-hmm. and then you're like, I don't want to do that. That's
scary.
That's scary, right? Scary. Yeah. So then it's like, well, what is really the strength then? Because it's easy to shove it down and not say anything.
Yes,
but then when you actually have to face it, you're like, oh, there's monsters here, mm-hmm. and I have to fight these monsters. You can quote Nietzsche. Nietzsche's famous quote was, "Be aware, for if you stare long into the abyss, the abyss stares also into you." And what he's talking about is when you face the darkness, you're going to pick up those monsters. But the true strength is taking those, accepting those, and walking out of the darkness.
Your monsters become friends.
Right.
That was deep. that was awesome. I kind of had to put a pause on that. That was deep.
So obviously for our audience, it's not like we have a huge following or anything, it's just people in the wrestling community that we know and everything, and we want to make sure that, like me and you talked about this morning, those guys and gals go out there, work their regular jobs throughout the week. A lot of them are blue collar, they're out there abusing their bodies at work, and then they go get in a car wreck every weekend, they get the hell beat out of them every weekend, because, it's fake, right?
Come to a show, step in. We'll show you how fake it is.
But yeah, those you know, there's people who deal with injuries and everything, and they're like, oh, you know, they're prescribed pain pills and everything, and you know, oh, that helps
slippery
me.
Slippery slope.
That helps me deal with things, and oh, alcohol helps me deal with things, and
Marijuana helps me
Yeah.
deal with things. Crack, you know, ecstasy. I mean, you know, it's a lot easier to find a vice than to deal with the pain.
actually, yeah, it is.
But you know, like Mark said, you sometimes you just gotta be strong and admit that, hey, I need help. Like I just need help.
You mind if I share a personal story?
Go ahead.
So I was deployed in 2010, from 2010 to 2011, and when I left, I mean, I had my life on track. I was getting a 4.0 in school, had a good job, you know, I was doing all the right things. Got deployed, I was in the reserves, so I was gonna go for a year, come back home.
Mm-hmm.
So I came back home, and I felt like everything was just falling apart. Like, you ever watch fish in an aquarium, they pick up the rocks and move them around kind of how they want them, and that's kind of what I was doing before I got deployed. And when I got back, it felt like somebody took my aquarium
And
shook it up, you know. And so I was like, I'm fine, you know, just for probably 5 years, I was just like that. And then finally, one day I was sitting on my couch and I was watching TV, and I was like, man, I'm absolutely miserable. I can't place it. I don't know what's wrong. I've got a decent life. I'm just miserable. And then finally, I went and got help, and man, I mean, it literally changed my life. I can't say that I would be sitting here today as the same man as I am had I not done that.
Mm-hmm.
Finally getting finally getting the realization that no, you know, I'm a tough guy. Maybe I am a tough guy, but what does that mean? You know, it means I'm stressed out all the time. It means I can't sleep at night. It means
I'm anxious. I'm worried.
Yeah, I can't focus on my job. I can't focus in school, and everything is just kind of falling apart. And then the day I went and got help, it was like, had this realization that, man, it wasn't that somebody shook my aquarium. It's that I was seeing it from a different perspective. I was looking at it from a mirror.
Ooh.
And so there was nothing wrong with my life. It was just the way that my brain was functioning at that time. And then so when I got therapy and they explained to me how post-traumatic stress disorder worked and how it physiologically changes the brain and changes the way you think, then it was like, oh, this makes sense. I'm not just crazy. There is something going on.
There is something wrong with it.
Right. And this is the way that we can cope with it. There is a way out of this. It's not just, this is who I am forever now. You know, there is a way out. So, but it took me 5 years to take that first step.
But hey, you did it. You're here.
I'm grateful, absolutely blessed.
And we thank you for your service.
We do. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So it took me 34 years, I guess, to finally take the first step.
It took me so I mean, I'll be honest. I did a lot of counseling in, you know, high school and junior high and stuff, because I have ADHD, bipolar, depression, anxiety. I mean, I'm all over the spectrum. Anyway, but it took me 36 years to finally figure out that I wasn't living. I wasn't living life. I wasn't happy. I thought I was. Failed relationships, failed marriages, failed friendships. You go through it and you think that it's normal, but it's just not. It's not a way of life. It's not a way of life. But yeah, you get the help you need, even if you don't think you need help, even if it's something that you think that you're above, you know, and it's weak that you go to somebody and talk about your feelings. It's not. It's not.
I guess the worst thing for me is it's not even just feelings. Like, I've just never liked talking to people like about anything. Hey, how's your day? Mind your business. You know,
That's 100% right.
I'm just that kind of person. You know, hey, how you doing? Why are you talking to me? You know,
he was a very angry man when I met him for no reason. I said it was because of his eye, but then that's why we're brothers.
I can't say what I said to you.
I mean, you can.
No, but in all honesty, that's what's helped the most with the whole situation is actually finally talking, and even not even just about feelings or whatever, but just
Everything, life.
just talking, just
Life.
being less angry. I did. I used to wake up pissed off, go to bed pissed off.
But the thing was, what and who were you mad at? That was always the question that I could never, I would ask myself. I'd wake up, like I said, wake up mad as hell. And I was, what am I mad at? Why am I angry? And
We can talk about anger if you'd like.
oh no, sure. Sure. I mean, I had, like I said before I got help, I had a horrible temper. I mean,
So the interesting thing about anger is actually a secondary emotion.
mm-hmm.
So there's something always deep buried under the anger. And for men, it's the feeling of incompetence or anxiety or grief, and all the range of emotion that people have when men who stuff their emotions down, it comes out as anger. It has to come out. I mean,
It has to come out of something.
Yeah, you can't boil a pot and let it sit there and expect it not to overflow. And so
Some people do that. Some people do that.
yeah. So when you're starting to get angry, what you really need to ask yourself is, what is it that I'm really feeling, and what is the anger trying to tell me? Because it's really a message.
I like that. My therapist did tell me about that because I told her I had really bad anger issues as a kid, and then she started peeling me like an onion, and she finally got to the core. So, but yeah, I'm not even angry anymore. I'm peaceful. I finally found once you just talk and once you just open up and realize that you weren't happy, you did have issues and stuff like that, everything changes. Like you find like a peace that you just never felt. Like there's no chaos in your life. There's no worry. There's always stress because, hey, we're men, we always provide, especially us dads and stuff like that. But you realize that there was just a calm in you that you didn't know you had. And then once that comes out, I'm telling you, it's just like a shade that's taken off your eyes, and you just see the world as completely different.
There's great power in that kind of peace. Man, there really is.
Oh my God, it's amazing. Like it's you know your worth. Nothing really bothers you. You can be the best man, best father, best friend, best brother, uncle, son. I mean, the sky's the limit. The sky is the limit when you have that mental and physical, because when you have that mental anguish, it also affects you physically, whether you believe it or not. And like I said, sleep, and then when you're sleep deprived, you don't always run on all cylinders. And I mean, Mark knows about it. The list goes on and on and on and on and on.
So, actually, this time last week, I was going through where I finally, everything just, that water was a fucking rolling off that pot. It was boiling over, and I made it through. Not by myself.
Definitely not.
And I don't know. I think that day I just finally got everything off my chest. And as weird as it sounds, I mean, I woke up that next day and like I told you, I was like, dude, for the first time in my entire life, I can sit here. And it's like, it's quiet in here. Never had that. It's always just been...
That's that peace.
And I was just so...
Just content.
Happy.
Content.
Yeah. You know,
You have
still,
Karen. I mean,
still have bad days. You know,
well, everybody has bad days.
whatever,
Nobody's
you know,
perfect. No one's ever going to be perfect.
Yeah. Hell, yesterday was my birthday, and it was a terrible day. Like, it's the first bad day I've had since. But guess what?
I didn't know it was your birthday yesterday.
You didn't see that sweetheart post that some guy named Jordan Gage put on his
I don't.
Facebook?
I don't Facebook much.
Yeah.
Good, don't.
I mean,
It's not that
I could cite you all the research you'd ever want to know about Facebook.
Oh, good old Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well, happy birthday. I'm sorry I missed it. I would have brought you a cake.
that's what Ron said.
And I would have came over and ate that.
Yeah, you would have.
Well, now that I know Reed, I'll text him and be like, hey, I got this cake.
I'll meet you over the gate and don't even go over the door. I'll just meet you there, hand it off to me, and we'll leave you
Yeah,
in.
you can eat half of it before we get
Exactly.
to
Then we'll be like, happy birthday.
Half a happy birthday.
Happy to you. Well, I'll just have cake crumbs all over my hand. Did you eat my cake?
No.
Absolutely not.
Like
No.
a kid caught with his hand in a
Oh
cookie
yeah.
jar.
Oh yeah.
Well, I guess if it makes anybody feel any better, I don't really eat sweets, so it's okay.
That's what we trying to say. Take the dang cake. Or half the cake.
The cake.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's only gonna
Let
be
me
half
be
left.
politically correct. Take half the cake.
Whatever's left.
Ain't gonna be much.
Oh man. No, and another thing that I didn't realize helped was, so me and Reed get to, it used to be once a week, and then, you know, a couple times a month on top of that, we got to be Adam and Jordan. You know, we got to separate ourselves from Gage and Reed. And
We got to be brothers.
that
outside of
was-
being best friends.
that was, I don't know, I guess kind of therapeutic in its own way, where you can just step back for a minute and like, hey, I don't have to be this person right now. I'm Adam. How's it go? You know, I could ask him, you know, Reed would come over. He'd be like, all right, you ready to do this podcast? I'm like, nope, having a shitty day. And then, you know, I'd 5, 4, 3, 2. Hey, you know, it's Adam. You know, how's it going? You know, so that in its own way kind of helped, and especially because, you know, the podcast was about, you know, one of the things that me and him love more than anything is wrestling, because, you know, we're grown men, children.
Grown men boys. Grown men boys that like watching other men.
Is that like man, bear, pig?
Yes, exactly. Or dog,
Grown
wolf, cat.
grown man, boy.
Grown dude.
Grown man.
Grown dude. Man,
Anyway,
boy.
we're about to go off the rails here.
Well, let me ask you this, because I don't know you guys very well. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time?
Of all time?
Yeah.
Ooh. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
What do you got, Gage?
Oh, I already know
The
Gage
Undertaker.
is Bray Wyatt. What?
My favorite of all time.
Oh, of all time. Ooh, I was about to.
My favorite of all time is The Undertaker. This is how it started for me. When I was a kid, The Undertaker got me into wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ Styles, yesterday was his birthday as well. We share a birthday. The jealousy, the pure jealousy,
The look
that
on
you
his
have, that me and AJ Styles, me and Uncle Alan, me and Uncle Alan,
love when they call me Uncle Alan.
me and Uncle Alan share a birthday. Anyway,
That was on camera too, wasn't it?
yeah. So AJ Styles kept me into wrestling as I was getting older. Then I kind of got out for a minute, and then
Bray.
right there, that man on the wall brought me back, because he was kind of like, you know, almost sort of kind of a reinvention of The Undertaker.
I would say, people are going to hate me for this. I hate myself for saying it. I'd say The Rock. Only because of the charisma.
Mm.
And like, so The Rock was like me, always out there saying the most wildest stuff, and people just ate it up. And that's, you can ask Gage, that's who I am. Like, I'll say the most out of this world.
I think
things.
you're worse though.
Probably.
Like, The Rock is a tone down.
The Rock.
Reed.
The Rock is Reed.
Trying to hold himself back.
Exactly. That's literally it. Like that's literally it. But I would say The Rock now, not The Rock so much, but I'd say The Rock. But now, oof. I like Obafemi.
I knew you were gonna say
You
that.
knew I was gonna say Obafemi is definitely
The ruler.
the rule. Definitely my.
But
I have to say, during the 90s, I was definitely on Team Stone Cold during that.
Of
private-
course.
Yeah.
Okay.
hell
Yeah,
yeah.
it had to be. But my
Had to be.
favorite all time was definitely Macho Man Randy Savage.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you just get
Yeah.
the guy was
Just
absolutely.
yeah,
It's just absolutely fantastic.
And he would say, I was gonna say, Macho Man was probably on. Probably on.
yeah.
was that like the? Was that the?
Yeah.
Ooh yeah.
He was always profusely
Oh,
sweating.
God.
Yeah.
He was either up here or coming down. And like there was no in between with the Macho Man.
Yeah. Love the Macho Man.
Oh, this is good. I like this.
I watched an interview with him not too long ago, because I was a little kid when all of this, so I don't really remember a whole lot. But I watched an interview and he was talking about how it's okay for grown men to cry. He's like, I cried today, and I'll cry 1,000 more times. And I thought, what are you crying today about? You seem so happy.
What are you on?
Do we need to talk about this?
I think the crying was probably when he started coming down.
Yes, exactly. That's literally like when
So
you
that's
start
why he's
losing.
gonna cry 1,000.
Well, I'm gonna cry right now. Then, oh yeah, then he's back up there again.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But that really stuck with me, because it was like that really stuck with me at a younger age, because like that's really interesting. Looking at it now, it's really interesting, because a guy like that, I mean, he was the Macho Man. He was the man of all men.
Oh, yeah.
He was like, you got to talk about your emotions. You gotta get it out there. It's okay,
It's okay to not be okay.
Okay, yeah.
That's it.
But
That's
yeah,
it. It's
Macho
okay
Man
not
Randy
be okay.
Savage.
There we go.
Yeah.
You wanna kiss me, pretty boy?
You. I'm not editing any of this. Oh.
So, Mark, let me ask you. So, if somebody needed just a coach, a life change, what are the steps? Is there like the whole recovery thing where there's a 12-step program, or is it just like you sit down with them, you come up with a plan, you give them ways to knock the plan out? I mean, what do you do if somebody were to come to you and say, hey, I need help?
Well, it kind of falls under the stages of change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, action, and maintenance. I'm probably missing something in there because it's been a long time since I've had that class. So essentially, the way I operate is, the pre-contemplation is like, you don't know you need a change yet, then you start contemplating the change. So when you get to that point, the contemplation stage, where like, I need to make a change, something's going on, something's off about my life, then you talk to me. I would bring you in for a consultation, and I would kind of walk through your life a little bit, see what's going on, see what your pinch points were, and then together we would make a plan. I don't tell anybody what to do. I give suggestions based on the knowledge of the situation, but I never say, Reed, you really should just drive a truck for a living. I never do that, because it's not my life.
Darn it, that's what I do.
But it's not for me to tell you. So then we'll create a goal, and then I will break down a plan to get to that goal. It's your goal, but I'm going to teach you how to get there. And then you, as the client, would say, well, I don't really like this part. Can we change this, or whatever? You have complete control over everything that happens. So let's say we create a goal. You're going to clean your room, right? But you come back to me, you're like, I just couldn't do it. Then I say, okay, well, let's break it down simpler. Can you bring the vacuum or trash bags into the room? Is that something you can do? And then you would we would make that the goal, and then next week you come back. Yeah, I was able to do that. You know,
So you crawl before
right?
you walk.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'll break it down to the smallest step, even if it's just if you got little social anxiety and you just want to learn how to talk to your coworkers. I would say, well, can you sit next to somebody at lunch, you know, and say hi or introduce yourself? And if you can't do that, well, can you write an email to somebody, you know, and not necessarily introduce yourself, have it be a work topic or whatever, because you don't want to be a creeper, right?
Yeah,
Obviously.
no.
Yeah, you know. So,
Hey, I saw you.
Yeah, right. So.
Did I actually hit send on that email?
Yeah, you did.
Wow,
Everybody
don't
got
say
it.
that.
Everybody got it.
Everybody,
Yeah,
not just one person.
It was just supposed to be marked. But apparently I
You're
hit
not
send
supposed to
to
hit
all.
CC
Yeah,
everybody.
CC all. Yeah.
No.
It was just supposed to be the mark.
So the actionable plan is really what's important, and you're in control of that. So whatever steps that we got to break it down to, I will help you do that. And so once we get to the point, you're like, awesome. I was able to talk to some coworkers. We made some jokes, and I go, okay, we've gotten you here. Is this graduation time, or what's next? Is there something else, or
So do you end with the client? Say I was a client and we accomplished my goal and stuff like that. Do we end there, or is there like periodic maintenance later on down the road? Like, can I? Like, you're not like a therapist.
Right.
So
No, I'm not a therapist
so
at all.
you
Right.
get me to where I need to be, and then we discuss. Are we good? Like, can you move on without me? Like, do you need more help with certain goals and stuff like that?
Yeah, I guess it really depends on the goal, because there's some goals that are multi-step.
Mhm.
And, you know, their life is kind of in shambles, and they're not having mental health. I cannot work on mental health issues at all. I mean, I can only help with life issues.
Yeah.
So if their life is kind of in shambles and their house is a mess and their car's a wreck and they don't know how to budget, and I can we'll start with one thing. We'll pick one thing, the thing that's going to be easiest for them to do, and we'll start putting things back together.
Okay.
So at the end, when we get to that maintenance stage, if let's say you're doing everything, you've completed your goals, you're happier, and you hit a little snag, you're absolutely welcome to come back, and then we can reevaluate and see if we need to go back a step, if we need to push forward. But you know, it's not like I have a set, you got to see me 12 times. You know, you just got to, just whenever you need something, that's what I'm there for. Because I want to keep you moving. I want to help you keep moving. And eventually, the goal is for you to start being able to figure that stuff out yourself. So if it gets to where it's like you're coming back all the time, then we look at it and say, what skills can we give you to help you solve your own problems so you don't have to keep coming back.
Okay.
So if I'm doing my job, I'm working myself out of a job. That's how I look at it.
Oh, heck yeah. Okay.
Because I want
like
people
that.
to live a good and peaceful life, and that's my goal.
Heck yeah. What are you looking at me for? I asked the question. I told you I was a walking encyclopedia. I told you. You can hide all you want
He
to.
is one of the main reasons why I have mental health issues.
But guess what? I help him solve that.
You're the cure and the disease.
I am.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a good thing. Hold on.
Where are you located?
We're actually located, it's 3316 South 7th Street, just north of South High School.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah, it used to be the uniform shop.
Yes.
Yeah. So we're right there. We just moved in there
Ooh.
last year.
Okay.
So I've been slowly piecing it together. It's not perfect, but that's how life is, right?
No.
That's what you got. That's what I tell my clients. It's not going to be perfect. It's fine that it's not perfect. Let's just piece it together piece by piece.
Do you guys have plans to expand into other buildings, other locations, or you just starting where you're at now and just getting that set up and good and solid, and then maybe down the road there'll be talks about.
Yeah. I mean, so right now our main focus is getting the counseling practice up, because we want to be able to. We're providing pretty affordable counseling for people. I mean, we're income based.
Okay.
And we do accept
Cool.
insurance,
That's
but we
awesome.
are income based.
That's
So
awesome.
we want to be able to reach out to people, and I want Sierra to be able to do what she wants to do, because she's really passionate about helping people. And I'm sure you've known her since
Yep.
she was a kid,
Yep.
and
We've known each other for a very long time.
she's loving and empathetic and understanding, and she really this is her passion. So that's what I'm doing. I'm helping her. I'm pushing the business forward for her, and then whoever wants to come see me, I'm absolutely happy to take them on. But I haven't really been marketing my side of it.
Awesome.
Sierra, you heard that. He's doing it for you. So brownie points. You heard it here. You heard it here. First, foremost, VIP, you heard it. So if you don't watch this episode, I'm going to come find you.
I wouldn't do that if I were you. No, yeah, go do it.
What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Talk to me?
Me and Mark will film it.
Yeah. she's small and feisty.
That's fine with me.
Yeah, she's got. You know how The Rock has got the people's elbow?
Yeah, well,
she's got the Sierra's elbow.
Sierra? Oh, okay.
Yeah. She just
or half an elbow. It's probably just bone because she's so short, right?
Yeah.
Short, feisty.
Yeah, she takes.
She doesn't have full elbow. You know what he's trying to tell us.
He's telling us that he's abused him.
Joking, all jokes aside. Joking. It was a
We
joke
do joke.
here.
We joke.
We joke.
But
Yeah, I don't wrestle
you know
with her anymore.
Look, see anymore.
Yeah,
see?
yeah,
Look, what's the thing?
Yeah.
He's over here. Look, you can't see it off the screen. This man needs help.
No, she's been fantastic, and she's actually. I mean, she took me out of the blue collar work and said, "Hey, go get your own degree. Let's start this together." She's been extremely supportive, and so I want to give that back to her.
Yep.
There you go,
That's
Sierra.
awesome.
We appreciate you. I mean,
awesome.
you know, it's nice having a woman that supports you. You know, and it's good to support them back. I mean, when you have that in a marriage, in a relationship, that's something. I mean, it's just something. It's just. You know. We all know. We all been in relationships where we haven't felt supported or appreciated and stuff like that. So, I mean, when you find that in a person.
Or where we haven't been
Exactly.
supportive
For that person, you know, because of course we're not perfect.
I mean, I'm pretty close to it, but I'm not perfect.
I don't know how close this man's metric system is, but I don't know what math.
He grades on a curve.
That's a big old curve. That's a big old curve.
You guys have never heard that song? It's hard to be humble when you're perfect in every way.
Well, you were just telling us that you had all these issues, and now all of a sudden you're perfect. Shut up. Just shut up.
It might be like a multiple personality. I don't know.
That's medication.
No, in all seriousness, though, like, okay, so you don't want to do therapy. You don't think that's for you.
Mm-hmm. Talking and just talk.
You know?
Just talk. You will be surprised to find out. You may or may not, but from personal experience, if you talk, you will find people that maybe have the same issues and struggles as you, and then you bond and you create, friendships and partnerships and brotherhoods. I mean, it's just one of those things that just open your mouth. I mean, even if laughter is your vice, is your medicine. That's me. Like I love making people laugh, and I'm damn good at it too, as you see. You know what I mean? too. But but just talk. I mean, find somebody. Don't find somebody. Let somebody find you, because you may not even be paying attention to somebody. May be trying to get you to open up, or they may be trying to find that person, and they were drawn to you, and they're trying to make you open up just like they're opening up, and then there's a world of possibilities after that.
You can't underestimate the importance of friends. You really can't. Having that social group, it.
You don't have to have a million. You don't need to have a bajillion friends.
Right.
You can have 3 solid dudes or 3 solid women, or you know, a mixture of both and stuff like that, and those will be the people that'll get you through your darkest times.
Or coworkers, or
Mhm.
whoever you're close to. Really, just like having those relationships it's so important, and it's so really important nowadays. Especially social media is kind of a divisive, individualizing. Yeah, which is the whole. Which is why I don't use my Facebook a whole lot, because it takes you out of the world. Yeah, everybody thinks that it makes you more connected, but I think it absolutely disconnects everybody.
1000%.
So
Say,
taking the time to
yes, this is the strength.
Right.
Talk face to face.
But if you do get on Facebook, you can find Ember Life Counseling on there.
I thought you was pointing at his boob. I was like, jeez, man, come on, that's weird. I said it.
I mean, I know I gained a little weight. Come on
Yeah,
here.
why you pointing that out?
I haven't actually lost quite a bit.
We both could be legal.
Hey, I don't care what anybody says. January, I was 296 pounds.
Here we go.
It is June,
Here we
and
go.
I am 255 pounds. Yeah.
No,
Wolverine.
absolutely
All
not.
right, just stop.
Absolutely
Don't
not.
say what you're about to say.
Absolutely not.
All right, quit talking.
He knew where I was going.
I knew.
He knew where I was going. But
Oh, guys, is there anything else you'd like to?
I guess if I had one last thing to say, it would be, you can come to Ember Life Counseling, but if you aren't comfortable coming to us, go somewhere. If you're really struggling and you're having suicidal thoughts, call 911, call 988. Don't just sit in.
that's the 988.
Yeah, the suicide hotline. I believe. I'm gonna double check.
No, please, for all.
Let
for all
me
the
double
people.
check. I'm pretty sure.
This may be a big watched episode because it is.
I hope it is.
I am. Yeah. So 988.
988 or 911.
Yeah. Well, if you don't get help with us, please go somewhere and talk to somebody. We're here as a resource for the community, and we want to be able to provide that service, but it doesn't have to be us. It can be anybody. Just go. If you're really struggling, just go get the help. So that's my spiel. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
Oh, you're welcome.
Mr. Reed.
I love you guys. Fans, supporters, everybody out there. Everybody that supported me. I love my sons. I love Gage. I love you, Mark. I don't even know you, but you seem like an awesome guy. I love you. I feel like this is the start of a trio.
Yeah,
for us,
absolutely.
I feel like we're going to just bond after all this, but I guess this is the end.
That leads me to my final thought. It's been fun, but this is it. This is the final episode
The color red.
of the Color Red podcast. And
it's not goodbye for Jordan and Adam now.
no, the Gage brothers.
No, the Gage
will
brothers-
still be around, but
Gage brothers never say die.
we're just at a point where
Life is
Yeah.
life, and that's the
Yeah.
easiest way to put it.
and
We may revisit, we may not, but it's been a hell of a ride. It's been fun. We started out just trying to get all the independent wrestlers notarized and just attention to independent wrestling, and that's still our focus. You're still gonna see us at shows. No, don't count us out. We're still gonna be at
Oh, yeah.
shows, but
yeah, we're kind of obligated.
no, definitely obligated. Like I said, we've grown.
Somebody's got to call the matches, and somebody's got to be bad at security.
I knew that was coming. You know what?
That's my shtick. Hey, he's terrible at security, so I just call him out.
You can kiss my kneecap.
Is there a particular reason for that? Is there just
Yes. So you all have heard the story. We're at a Signal 10 show, and this guy walks in with a camera, and Old Jordan Gage just goes up. He literally separates the barricade for him, and he lets this random guy get in and start taking pictures. After the show, Mr. H, the owner of Singleton's, like, hey, who was that guy? Why was there just a random guy in there? I don't know. Jordan let him in. That, and Mr. H got attacked by the BEA. Where was Jordan Gage? There's too many to count. I'm tired of throwing him under the bus. No. In all seriousness.
So the next time y'all see me slamming mofos because they told me I didn't do my job and I end up in handcuffs, you know what happened?
It's gonna be you.
It's
Red
gonna
Velvet.
be you. No, we're Red Velvet Security now.
Well, yeah.
Since
We
he
gotta
got
be you.
B-slapped by Carter Kaufman. Anyways, we're not gonna get into that. But it's been. Can I drop one F-bomb?
No.
Dang. It's been a freaking blast.
I already used our one for the show on accident.
Jack Monkey. It's been a blast.
Mark, I am very happy that you got to be a part of this, and I'm very honored that you were our last guest. We honestly just started the guest thing, not till like it became it became a big thing. Like
we had
we had a
many
few
people
episodes,
lined
and then
up.
boom, boom, boom. It was
People were wanting
yes,
the beam,
yes.
bang, boom, but then, like I said, it's just everybody's life is life.
Our first ever guest,
Who we shouting out to?
Dalton Davis.
The Bud Light Roller!
My cousin, not just Adam Gage's cousin, but Gage's cousin as well. Mr. Reed was out of town.
Yep.
I still wanted to film. He
I
sat in.
approved.
Yeah. And
Heck of
he
an
sat in,
episode.
and it was a very good episode.
Yeah, that was the first.
You should
first
definitely-
guess.
You should definitely watch that
It's like
episode.
just
Everybody should
watch
that
our
episode.
stuff. Just even if you don't want to, there's still, I've always been the mental health critic. I've always been about men's mental health and just mental health in general. So I mean, even if you're not watching us for the wrestling and you just want to hear somebody talk about, what goes on in the world in your head and stuff like that.
And if you just want to hear somebody endlessly rant about whatever you can get me started on, I'm your guy.
just watch it, and you never know. We may get enough support, and y'all may force us to come back. But
for now,
we're saying goodbye, and we love you, and we appreciate you. Shout out to all the sponsors
yes.
that we had. Shout out to all our followers, our friends, our family.
Huge shout out to Red Velvet and the Diner Podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
Dickie Wabash.
we didn't get these shirts from nowhere.
Michael
Dickie
Madrock.
Wabash,
Madrock.
Oh, Mad Rocks. We got Mr. H, Signal 10.
Everybody.
Steven,
If we sat here and
Steven
named
Mitchell,
everybody, we'd be sitting here all night.
Oh, God.
I think it's
Clayton
just because
Clark.
we don't
I
want to
keep
cut
going.
the scene yet.
Stop me before I go so
Okay.
far.
Mark, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
No, thank you for having
Thank
me.
you.
My hands a little sweaty, sorry, I get hot.
I'm into that.
On that note,